Hey guys, you're watching Motor 69. So in this video we are going to review Honda Dio 2022, and in front of us is the Dio Sports Edition. So in this video we'll quickly take a look on what are the things that Honda is offering on the Dio in 2022, and let's begin the video without any delay. Let's start with first design and features. So in this column, let us see how the bike looks and what are the things that we can externally see through and walk around. So in the first glance, we see in the front you get a simple visor, and along with that a Honda badging and a simple looking TRL. And if you come below, you can see their indicators, and there's slightly some designs have been made with and along with that you get these black and red tones. I think this is running all over the scooter, and this makes the scooter really look like a sporty one. And you can see, as I said, here you can observe the black and red scheme have been used throughout the scooter, and I think this gives a somewhat a sporty look to the scooter. And moving on to the side profile of this bike, you can see there it's a perfectly finished side profile, and Dio Sports is been just badged on the side of things, and there are a lot of vents which are not functional, but they are just given for the looks purpose. And when we see it from the back end of the bike vehicle, so this comes with a normal halogen unit. It's not a LED unit, and as we come up, you can see here there are two grab handles, split type, just for sportiness feel. And when we come to the seat of this scooter, I think the seat is more large and more comfortable. It's similar to that they get in the Activa, and I think two people can very easily sit and ride, and the seat is wide enough, so there is comfort in all the manner. And just we come down to see how much leg space is on offer. I think this vehicle especially people buy to move some goods from here and there, so I think there is more space here. And you can also see there is a vent for the battery behind, and you can see there is a hook here which is not retractable, or it's not adjustable, it's just fixed, and you can use the hook anytime. So you can see from the above you get two pockets actually here in the Dio. So one is having that large one, and this is a smaller one where you can keep some coins or any keys, very small items, and here you can keep your mobile phone while riding, and that's a utility purpose. And you can see here the switches and the panel qualities are very good actually used here, but the one point where Honda disappoints us now also is this instrument cluster. I think this is the old instrument cluster. They have just been carrying on this instrument cluster from the times, so there is no digital instrument cluster in offer, and this is going to be a sad. You get a speedometer, odometer, and a fuel gauge, and nothing else here. Even a basic function of trip is also not available. I think that is a very sad part about this vehicle. I think if that would have been on offer, I think that this would have made a very great package to buy Honda Dio in 2022. But I think somewhere that is the one point that customers always feel. But the illumination at the night time is so beautiful, and the instrument cluster is not so bad. But the thing is that you could have gone for a digital with more features, I think. And let's move on to the quick specs. We see the weight is 105 kg and a ground clearance of 160 mm and a seat height of 650 mm. Now the seat height 650 mm, it's a normal height, especially for the scooters. And when we see the ground clearance of the vehicle 160 mm, it's normal ground clearance, I think. Yeah, below which could be impacted, but 160 is a very good ground clearance. And talking about the weight of the vehicle, the panels used here is almost fiber, which actually reduces the weight of the vehicle. And next, moving on to the fuel and seat switch. Here you got the switch. Now first of all, when we press the fuel, the lid opens and there's a knob inside. Just you have to turn in and you have to take out. It's just like a car, a very safety feature for the petrol tank, I guess. And coming on to the seats, you just lift it, and it's a very small scooter, so you get not a lot of space but ample amount of space to keep one helmet and necessary documents, and the hump is also pretty much low, which is also an added advantage. Next, moving on to the engine specs of this vehicle. So This comes with a 109 Y1cc air-cooled engine which produces 7.65 bhp power and 9 Nm torque, and now we guess the power figures are sufficient enough for a city condition, and since it's a lightweight vehicle, I think there's a more punch in the engine too. And unlike NTORQ, which has that sporty bassy tone, exhaust tone, this doesn't have that, but still the engine is more refined, and more than of a sporty, I think the engine is morely on a silent and reliable ride, and that's what I feel. So next, moving on to the brakes and suspension of this vehicle. So you can observe here the brakes are two-side its drum, and this is a second point where Honda Dio just falls behind the competition, because at least to the price point that you are offering, I think you should have gone for disc brake. At least a single variant of disc should have been made available, but here there is no disc only drum, but the drum performance is good. It's not that bad that I do not suggest you to buy it. It's good, but still I think you could have offered disc as an option of safety. And speaking of the suspension, you can observe here there's a single side spring suspension in the rear, and you get the telescopic fork at the front, and the suspensions are really good. I think the suspension setup is made so much good that I think while riding we experienced no such pains, and the ride was really comfortable. Next, moving on to the variants and pricing. Now major price point tag is here, the variants and pricing. I think the price point at which Dio is coming is 90,600 to 97,477. So, and you can observe there's a specification. Everything is drum brakes with spoke wheels. The spoke, it's not spoke wheels, it's just steel rims. Okay. And the problem here is, again, here the price is very high for this bike, for which it is not offering so much any features, because digital instrument is missing and disc brake is missing, alloy wheels are missing. Yes, to some extent alloy wheels can be compromised, but I think digital instrument is not compromisable. And as you can observe on the screen, there are different color variants that you can observe of the Dio. So coming to the ride review of this bike, so I think we had offered a ride of around 2.5 kilometers, and this is a showroom vehicle, so I couldn't take and try it much, but I think we have covered all the roads in the 2.5 kilometers range. And let me tell you one by one what was my experience of riding this vehicle. And first of all, as I lift this vehicle just freely moves on because of its lightweightness. Even there's a pillion rider that's sitting behind me, and it doesn't feel like he's sitting, because it's having such a lightweight that maneuverability of this vehicle is so good. And even I took a U-turn here in the traffic, and it was not so much, and it was very comfortable taking the U-turn. So that is one of the biggest point. And speaking about the brake, that is the main thing, because there is no disc offered, but I'm surprised that the brakes are very good here. And the brake punch is slightly less, but I think the brakes are really good, I think, in working. And sometimes what happens is vehicles like these, which is having a slightly lesser power, I think company do not prefer to go for a disc, and that is one of the reasons why Honda has not gone for it yet. But I think on the safety point of view, I think Honda should go for the disc variant also. That is also a better option. And speaking about the vehicle refinement, so the engine is completely refined, as we have been riding. The engine is really butter smooth. There is no vibrations that I can feel. And unlike the Honda, this TVS NTORQ, which produces the exhaust note like a sporty one, this doesn't produces that much sporty, as I said earlier. And the vehicle just moves on silently, but offers a very comfortable ride. And as you can see, there are like a lot of potholes here, and there is a very small gap with which I have to take this bike. And I think the scooter is just really agile. I think this scooter is very slim and lightweight, that I can just easily maneuver in the traffic. And talking about the suspension setup is also really awesome in this vehicle, and it's tuned perfectly, that offers a very good ride. So I think overall, if I say the three features, that disc, the alloy wheels, and your digital instrument cluster, and these three features missing in this vehicle, but if Honda is getting an update for it and they are going to fix it, I think this is going to be a rocket of a vehicle for you, especially in the city. And with this, I'm going to end this video. I hope you like the video. If you haven't subscribed channel, please subscribe channel and press the bell button icon. And with this, I am going to end this video. Meet you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.